Hi guys, welcome back.
Welcome back, everybody.
Right, I said I was going to do one of these threaded box urn thing, whatever you want to term with it. If you want to do an urn, so I'm not doing an urn. One of these threaded box rings, I'll call it. Okay, from PROKRAFT. Not in any way anything to do with PROKRAFT. I just saw it. I think his name's John from PROKRAFT, done a demo, and I saw it and I thought, oh, I might give one of those a go, and that was it. £6.50. I think it's absolutely brilliant. 80mm diameter, and I'm going to use this piece of Paduke. Okay, now this is lovely wood. It's a nice bright orangey sort of, what's it colour? It does tend to go brown at a later date, but it's nice and orangey. But I absolutely hate it. It's a love-hate. It is so dusty to turn. And this Paduke has got to be around about, I think it's about 25 years old, something like that. I bought this as a bowl, it's a massive big bowl blank, that thick, a bowl blank, and I've cut it up into squares because I don't want a bowl. And I bought it, well, about 2 years ago. I bought a job lot, yeah, bowls, and this was in it. And I've cut it up and I'm going to use it. It's very, very dry, very dusty, and we're going to turn it with carbide. So you're going to have to get your cuts right, otherwise you're going to tear it to pieces, trust me. Right, and I'm going to use this to make a little lidded pot out of it. Now, when guy on PROKRAFT did his, and now he hid his. Now you can do it both ways. You can hide the fact that it's got this in it, or you can have the silver showing. I want the silver to be showing on mine. Okay, because I think this Paduke, although it's a nice sort of wood, it's pretty boring. The grain's pretty boring, so there's no matching up grains and things like that. It's not very nice. So I'm going to have, when that's closed, when that's closed up, I'm going to actually have the silver showing where the join is. I want that to be, I'm not going to do beads and all that. I'm not going to try and hide it. It's meant to be a screw lid. I want people to know what it actually is, so I'm going to have them showing. Now the wood I've got, this Paduke, is literally just a fraction over 80mm, so I'm going to turn it down. When I fit this is, I'm going to have to leave this mounted on when it's all fitted, because I'm going to actually turn that down a little bit. I might have to go turn that down a little bit when it's actually fitted in. So we go through that. The other way is you have a bigger piece of wood, like I've got a bit that I might use for the next one, this, and you can put that there and you can hide it. Now this is a piece of laburnum. This would have a lot better grain to it, a lot nicer pattern, and I'd match the grain up and probably have that hidden inside. He done his, have a look at the one on not Facebook, on YouTube. He hid his inside. I'm not really keen on that idea, and there's a couple of bits I'd like to do. I'll do differently because I'm going to do it mine. Okay, I've never done one of these before. This is the first time. I've not practiced it. I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm just going to do it as it goes along. Okay, that's going to be the bit that goes in the bottom. That's the female bit, because this is the male bit, because that's like a willy going into that bit. That's why I said male and female. See, because that's like. That's
one goes in the other.
So that bit, the male bit, goes into there, right? So that's going to be in the lid. That's going to be in the bottom. So now I know when John done it, he done it straight down. I want to put a little lip inside the pot so that sits, and then it's like the threads, and then it continues onto the pot. There's no lip underneath it. And also on the lid, he done his by this being on here, recessed in, but being on there, and that being up inside. I want this to actually fit over, so this wood comes flush, and then I should dip it out so it makes it, that's how I want to do it. Okay, that's what I want, so it's going to happen.
I'll tell you what I want, what I really
right,
want.
okay. And these could make nice Christmas gifts for people. £6.50. I think that's a bargain.
Yeah.
Right, so I'm going to put this on. I'm going to turn it down to round, just round. I've found my centres, because the centre's got to be very like spot on, because I can't waste any wood with this. Not too much anyway. Right, now, like I said, this is very, very, very dusty wood. There, look at that. Absolutely perfect. Now, I'm going to do this with carbide, okay? is what I'm going to do. But like I always say, rough down with your roughing gouge. It makes it a bit quicker. I've shown how to do it with carbide. Come in and make your cuts in square, round, whatever you want to do. I'm going to do it with a roughing gouge, okay? Because it's what I will always recommend. If you've got to rough down a spindle roughing gouge is the tool for the job. There is no better tool, okay? It's just the traditional roughing gouge of what you buy, and it's so outdated, and change your grind and you make it into a better tool. But anyway, that's for another day. Right, got my face shield on. I'm going to put the dust extractor on because this wood is absolutely disgusting. Worst wood ever invented for turning. So that will be a little bit of noise. Right, okay, I'm going to start up and step just to the side while I get my tool out and let that spin up. Okay, now I'm going to use my roughing gouge one with a fingernail grind. Nearly. I'm going to put my tool it over. Put my tool rest in a bit. That's just going to suck the dust away. I'm not worried about the chips like this, it's the dust. Right, very nearly there. So I'm going to have a look at it and see how far off round I am. I think it's just very yeah, it's just a little bit, and that tells me, look, I've got dead centre because I've got exactly the same amount on both sides. Okay, and I've got a little bit there and a little bit there, so that's perfect. Well, I'm going to get it just to dead round. Tiniest little bit here. Gone. Right, there we go. Look. See what I mean? Dust, look, red. Everything goes red. Right, okay, that's that. I'm going to put a tenon on the end. I'll do it on this end so you can see it. Okay? Put a tenon on there so I can get it in my chuck. And I'm probably going to go on my gripper jaws. There'll be enough, I think. Yeah, about there. Right, gripper jaws can have a slightly bigger tenon. And they don't need to be dovetailed. Remember, if you use a square, come in, do it like a peeling cut, there's the bevel, and it just comes on, cuts nice. There we go, nice tenon. That'll do us. Oh, it's horrible, isn't it? Right, and look, that finish we get, see, oh, there's a tiniest little bit there, but that's alright, that's going to go down. Right, there we go, we can get that in the chuck. Bring it back when I've got it in the chuck. Right, okay guys, I've got it turned round. I'm going to put it there. I'm going to put a little tenon on now. Right, this is going to be the bottom, this is going to be the lid. I'm going to put a little tenon on so I can turn it round and turn the lid when I do that. The other way you could do it is you could fit the bit in here, the metal bit now, and then part it off and then finish that as the lid, but then you'll be turning that round. At least this way the grain is all going to be the same. Okay, so that's why I'm doing that. So I'm going to put a tenon on here. I'm going for a small tenon, and I'm dovetailing it like that. So it's a dovetail tenon. That is so that I can hold that in my sharp jaws, which means when I part that off, I can, when I want to work on that, I can take this chuck off, leave the bit in it, so I'm not changing anything or moving any centres around, okay? Like losing any doobree watsits. Right, now, I've got to work out where I want the lid. Now, that's going to be where the finished lid will be. That's the bottom. Not most people, they say about thirds. I don't really bother really. I just, where I think it's going to look right. I think about there. That's where I'm going to go for the lid. Right, let me move this out. Otherwise it'll do a Kylie on me. It'll go pa-dump, pa-dump. Right, okay. Let's finish that off. Come on, there you go. Right, that part is quite nice and clean actually, look at that. Right, and obviously with my parting tool I can do that because it allows me to part in one go. Right, okay. So I might as well do the base bit first and then I'll do the top after. I'm going to leave that over there. And what I'm going to do now, I've got to take it down a little bit more. Okay, and I'm going back, I'm going over to carbide now. So I'm going to use the 9mm box follower and I need to take this down a bit. Right, now, that's it, I've got rid of that, but I think that's all flat now. I'm going to do a little finish cut. There, that, oh, I wish you could feel that. I really do. That is such a beautiful cut off look, off of a carbide. Now this Paduke, it has all these like little, it's like little holes in it, but it's the grain, that's the wood. It has these little holes. Now that can be a bit wasted when you put a wax on, because obviously the wax are getting the holes and then it's a different colour. So we've got to see what we do there, okay? But that's fine. Now, this is just going to pass me that ring thing, and you need to see this bit because obviously, right, we are going for the female bit, okay? So not the bit with the willy on, that's for the top. The female bit. And we're going to fit this in here now, okay? And that's what I mean, see, that's going to give me that silver, but it's slightly over. So I will, once I've fitted it all, I will turn this down so it's flush to it, okay? So now what I need is to get, let me think now what I'm doing.
Inside.
I need to hollow that out, so that's got to go inside that. Okay. So, alright. Yeah. I'm going to get a, what I'm going to do, I'm going to put that, because this is slightly thicker, I'm going to put this here, and I'm going to just hold it. Now this is just how I do things, okay? A lot of people would measure this and go for all oh so correct and everything. What I'm going to do,
so I suppose you could just use your calipers, isn't it? And then
well, you could do if you want to be clever. Right, so I've just drawn a circle through there, right? Now I know, because I've done it on the inside, it's going to be smaller than this outside. So I can start at that, okay? And then I'll just bring it out as I want to bring it out. And I might measure and check with the calipers. But for those that do want to do all that and get really technical about it, let's, sorry, you can't see that, can you?
I'm doing it
Right. What I'm going to do is open these until they slip over. Right, that's a push fit. That's a push it over. Okay. So there we go. Right. Put that out of the way. Now let's see. Yeah. See, I'm quite a bit out on that. A few mil, but don't worry, we'll get down to that. that's just how I'm going to be doing it. I might mark it up with it. I'll see how I feel. No, don't move it away, darling.
I'm going to need it again?
Yeah.
Alright.
I'm going to mark it up with this a little bit.
Alright.
Right, now I want the tool rest higher, see, because that's quite thin, see, and I want it to be on the middle bit. So in a bit, there we go, that one there, look. Right, so pushing on with this one, and that one matches up. So I've got that line now, so I can see roughly. I won't go right to it in one go. I want this to be a nice tight fit, okay? Because I want that's going to be done like a tenon that's going to fit. This is going to fit, not a tenon, that's going in, and it's going to fit inside, and I want it to be nice and tight. And then we'll do a little, well no, we won't do a recess for the other bit because it's going inside, isn't it? So, yeah, I know what's right. Get out of the way, you.
You know what you're doing.
Get out of the way, you.
I'm moving.
Right, okay guys, pull this down, a bit high. Right, still a bit high. Right, I'm just going to use the box follower to start off with, okay? And remember, this is end grain, so we can come this way. Stop just short of it. Give yourself a bit of a hole there. And now what I'm going to use my drill bit just to go down. Right, that's all. I'm just going to push it up to the tool rest, and that should be all right. Okay.
Right guys, I might have to cut you off. I'll let him do this. I need to go for a wee.
Right, just let me drill this hole. Right, okay.
Back in a minute.
Right, okay guys, so I've drilled that. She's all wee-weed out now, so she's alright.
I'm drained.
Now, that's my line out there, is where I'm going to hollow out to. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to get rid of some of the guts first, and then I should take this down just in little stages until I get that to fit in. That way, if I do a little bit and it's loose, I can just take it off again and go again. It's not going to be a problem, okay? I'm going to hollow some of it out first. Now, for hollowing it out, I'm going to be using a carbide, square carbide, and I'm going to be going in. Quickest, easiest way, best finish on pots like this. But, like I've said before, we want to be above centre, okay? So, I am up here, above centre. That's centre would be down in the middle of that hole. I'm already up at the top of the hole, okay? Above centre, very important. And what I'm going to do, because I said this is so dusty, I've got my vacuum here, and I'm going to give it to Lisa, and she's going to hold that, because the dust extractor won't draw it out. She's going to point that in there. I'll help him point where I want it to point. Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to turn this on. Turn the hoover on. So I'm sorry about the noise, guys, but it's a must with this Hadouk. Right, and here we go. Can you see all right on the camera, yeah?
Yeah.
Right, you see that's moving over to the middle, like that. All that is the bar at the bottom is catching on the hole, so we just have to make another little cut. Right, and then we can come back to the middle. Right. All that slight grab is where the whole of the cutter is landing on the bottom like that, and it's just a little bit too much for it. But what I'm going to do, I'm just going to go up a fraction more, because as I go deeper, it will level off. So, and I want to stay above centre. That way I'll get the really good finish. Come right in like that, that's it there. Come this way slightly, that's it. Oh, that's me, it's alright, it's because I'm trying to do this with, keep the hoover there, babe, that's it. Just there. If this is flying out, see? I push too hard, see? There we go.
They can't see the cuts properly.
Sorry?
They can't see the cuts properly like that.
You can't see the cuts, right? No. Okay. I'm just going to let go of that. Out. Let me have this.
Okay.
I'm going to come back under here. I'm going to hold it myself.
Okay.
Right. Because it's this dust, and I want this dust out of it. Yeah. It is horrible stuff. Okay, it's not the ideal, but right, I'm going to be holding this myself now and see if I can catch it.
Especially on that side.
Sorry?
Especially on that side.
Yeah. That's alright, it's just where I've come flat on the bottom.
Yeah.
It doesn't, it's not a catch, it just goes like that. I'm not able to look inside and turn at the same time. So hang on, let me just get rid of... There we go. Just getting rid of something. Right, I'm creeping up on this now. So I'm basically turning, I'm just doing this one-handed because I'm holding the chisel, see, but the control you get with the square cutter, you can do it. Because I'm holding the hoover at the same time, see, and I can't see when I'm going to hit the bottom, that's why I'm getting that slight, right, so I'm just going to come in, come over, right, that's okay, now I'm going to have a quick test. Sorry, get rid of all this. Turn that off for a minute. Right, I'm going to just quickly test this. But what we have got is we've got a beautiful finish on that bottom. But that's not the bottom yet. I've got to go deeper than that. But if you can see these sides, how clean that leaves. Such a clean finish on the sides. But right, yeah, I knew I'd have a bit to go. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to start taking some tiny little cuts until that just drops in. Okay, because the reason I'm not going to go all the way down as well is because when this drops in, as you can see that thickness there, I want there to be a lip inside here so that when you put your finger or when anything comes outside, it's not going to have this lip on the inside, nothing to catch. Okay, so this is going to be, I know I can go basically to the line, so it's going to be a few little cuts just to the line. That's it, there's that slight squeak. Squeak, like that. Let's try it. Right, oh, close. Close, look at that. Right, and there, see what I mean? Look, that I've obviously stopped at the right amount on that inside because that's the lip there. Okay. So,
tiny bit more.
Tiny bit, and this is really just a trial and error bit, guys. Right, that's actually all right because I've still got quite a way to go. I've got over half the depth to go in, so I'm gonna go in but slightly shallow it because there might be a little bit more than I wanted off there. It shows how little it was, but I'm just going to go down and that will all tighten up and all will be good. You see all right through there? Yes, you got enough light or is it a bit dark?
No, it's good.
Right, so yeah, I'm taking this down. A little bit at a time. Right, let's have a look at that. A little bit more off of it.
Yeah.
It's not pushing down far enough. So we're going to go tiniest little bit more. I can't see this hardly. The light is a bit squeaky, squeaky, squeaky. I might put a light on in a second, guys.
Yeah.
Right, oh, that is like sandpaper bit, isn't it? Right, hang on, I've got that battery on here, haven't I? Is this,
Oh yeah, that's it.
right.
Put it on there, yeah, that's it. That'll be good.
Is that going to shine in there?
Yep. Fine.
Pop that up there.
Get a good view.
Yeah.
Is that better
Right,
for you as
clean
well?
this out. I don't know, I'm going to tell you in a second. Yeah, I can see it now.
Yeah.
A bit. Not a lot. A bit.
Not a lot.
Right, okay guys. I think that's going to be about it. I just want to clean that inside up there. So I'm going to try that. It is such a small amount, but I want a perfect fit. There we go. Right. It's got to go a little bit deeper.
Yeah.
And that is perfect in there, see?
Yeah.
That inside bit there
Flush, isn't it? Yeah.
is pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want that sort of tight fit. Not over tight, but tight enough. So it's just got to go a little bit deeper.
Tiny bit.
Right, I reckon that's going to be enough there.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to check it again. Sorry about that, but I've got to check it. It is a pain, but there. Click straight in.
Yep.
That's it. Perfect. And that fits there. See, so I quite like that. Let's just check with the old Mal bit that you can get his end in. Yep, there we go. Look at that. See? And that will be my actual join, like that.
Yep.
You know, now I can fit it so when I've fitted it, I'll leave the tenon on. I can actually turn that so that it fits nice. Okay. So there you go. That will just have to be glued onto that now. But what I'm going to do now is I'm going to finish the hollowing because I'm not deep enough. I just wanted to get this right. That's it.
It's a nice fit.
So we won't be touching this anymore up here.
No.
But I'm going to be doing a bit more,
Following.
a bit down there on the hollowing. I've got to get to the bottom of that hole there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now yeah, that light, I can't really get that light anywhere.
Is it not?
Where else? No, that is it. That is all right there.
Yeah, it's okay.
Yeah. Okay. Right. So I'm going to be using my box follower to first come in and get down to the bottom on this, just by coming over. No, still not there. Yeah, I think I'm at the bottom of that hole. Now I use the square to go in. I'm still quite a way above centre. I'm having to step right back here to see this. Give me a second. I've got another light here. If I can pull this out. Have a light here when I can get it out from where it's wrapped up. Right, turn that on. Alright, turn that on. There we go. This one
we bought
will.
at the show, isn't it? Oh yeah, that's nice.
We'll click on there. Is that what? Can you see in there?
Yeah. Good.
Oh, you can see. Good.
Yeah.
So can I. Right.
Really good.
Right. Yeah. I'm a little bit low. I've got to come up a little bit. You see why that was how that was grabbing that little bit? Yeah. All I need to do is come up a little bit. There we go. See? Stopped it immediately. It's just telling me my tool rest is a little bit low. No, I'm not going to be able to use the hoover, am I? Actually, you could. If you just hold that here, or
at the end of the thing.
Yeah, yeah, that might even do it. Just get rid of some of it for me.
Yeah.
No, you need to be back about here. Chase it, darling. Catch it. Chase it. Go higher, higher.
Yeah.
Right, I can see where I am here now. Look, see? Yeah. Right there. I'm right in the corner. I'm not even looking at this side. I'm watching that corner over there for me. Okay. Now I've got to come onto the bottom and get this flat. Got that little dibble there, so I'm just going to stroke that. Now don't worry if your cutter comes over the other side, because it can't cut on the other side. There, got the bottom off, it's flat. See, nice square corner there. I've got to just come around with my handle a bit. So get all that out. Look, it's all done. There we are. Right. So I'll just get that corner there. There it is. Gone. Okay. Right. Let's stop at that. We're done with the square. Right, following. Yep, we're fairly clean on that bottom and we're clean up the sides, but we do have a couple of little lines on that bottom.
Yeah.
Not a major issue. Right, we're done with the hoover now because
it's just a little clean up job.
This will just be little bits of dust. It just helped me to get rid of that dust, guys. Kadook is absolutely horrible. Yeah. Now, there's a couple of very light sort of lines on the bottom. We've got the right, yeah, we've got enough depth there. That's good. Now, I'm going to just get that in line. Got this light on here, which is nice. Now you can see there's a line there. So I'm going to be doing that with the 9mm box follower. I've got to put my tool rest back down to the centre. I should be on centre now. No, I'm still a tiny bit high. There, that's enough. Right, okay. Maybe a fraction high. Yeah, I'm a fraction high. Very important that I'm on centre for this. I don't want my light to miss out. That's it, just give me a bit of clearance. Right, I'm better there. Maybe still a little bit high. Right, okay. We'll go with that. Now it's very important for me to be dead on centre for this, and I'm going to come across and clean that bottom, and then I'm going to clean this little bit up on this side. You see I've got this little line here, but I don't want to take this line away up here because this is my groove that fits on my bit. So move that out of the way. Right, so I'm going to come across. We've got that little bit there. There we are. And then if I come into here, I lost it just that little bit there. And come onto there, and I'm going to drop my handle as I come up there. I think that's got that line. I need to drop my handle, open the chisel up and drop my handle. That's sawdust in there. That's sawdust that's moving up and down. You can see it moving. So I'm just going to couple of gentle cuts. It's all coming out really high. I can see there's a little bit on the bottom. Oops, that. It's very awkward where I am here. There we are. Right, and close it right off as I come into this edge. Okay, I've got to close it off. Right, let me have a feel. Yep, that's alright. I've got all that sawdust. I'm going to have to stop and hoover it out. Sorry guys.
Very dusty.
It's so dusty, I can hardly see what's going on in there with the dust. Right.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, that's better on the bottom. I've got rid of that line off of there.
Yeah.
Okay. The bottom's alright, it's not too bad.
Yeah, it's good.
Right, there's a little bit, got rid of the line on there, there's a little bit on that bottom there.
Yeah.
Right. Now, because I'm coming in and it's quite deep, when I'm coming out I've got no bevel control. That's what's making it hard to get on that bottom. Not the best tool for it. Okay, we've got a better tool for that.
We have.
Sorry?
We have.
I have.
Got an SCH6.
I've got an SCH6 here, and the SCH6 is what's going to do that. Oops. Oh, sorry, that was my head. So I'm going to come from this side first. Going to get to that middle. And then, because we can get bevel control with this, I can come out. When I get it. There. I didn't really want to hit that side, I just barely caught it. But yeah, I've got a smooth bottom now. Yeah, that's nice and smooth. Okay. And now what I'm going to do, just for that bottom corner, I'm just going to go back to the square. I've got to be careful because I'm dead on centre. There it is, just see it move. Right, there's all sawdust in there, very dusty. So let's get it hoovered out and have a look. Yeah, that's nice, and that feels nice and clean there now. That's it. Yeah, that's all right now. And I've still got my lip there. So that's nice and clean there now. Let me just magnet that down there. Right, so I want to check now. My little innie is going to go right. Okay, I want to do a little bit of sanding just in that bottom. Turn that light off and pop that back up there. And what I'm going to do is use my one of these. Right, turn that on. I'm just going to go into the bottom with it. Put a bit of sand in. Oh, that feels smooth. That feels very smooth in there. Right, that's enough for that one. And then to the side, again, like I said, I don't want to take I don't want to lose the diameter bit. Just get down in that corner. That's more sawdust down there. There we go. Right, I need to just do a little. Don't really want to touch that blend, do you? No, I don't.
No.
No, I don't.
You've already got the section. So that's
right, okay, let's have a look.
yeah, we've got the measurements.
Yeah, that all looks a bit of dust in that corner. I'll get that vacuumed out. It's this red dust is everywhere.
It clings certainly, doesn't it?
Yeah. Right, there we go. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a bit of sanding sealer in there. Red dust is everywhere, guys. Absolutely everywhere. There, now we can see what it's like. I can put sanding sealer on here because it won't hurt with the glue. There we go. Right. Now, like I said, I'm leaving that on the chuck for now, and I'm going to turn, before I glue anything together on here, I'm going to be turning the other bit. Alright, so that's it. Oh, wrong chuck key, wasn't it? Why was I using that chuck key? That's for the other one.
You've got so many, that's the problem, isn't it?
Yeah, that won't be the excellent stuff. Right, okay, so there we go. We've got our, we're all hollowed out nice in there, okay? That's not too bad. And our bit is going to fit in. I'm going to pop it in there, and that's what I want is, see, look, so when you look inside, it's Obviously the threads have got to stick out further than that bit, but there's no lip on this bottom bit here. Yeah?
Yeah.
And that's sat round there. That's what I wanted, like that. Yeah?
Yep.
Happy with that?
Happy with that.
Right, okay. I'm leaving that on the chuck because I'm going to be bringing that back. Once I've done the lid, I'm going to put the lid on. Then I'm going to turn this, and then I should be doing some... I'll probably glue it and then turn it, but that's staying in there for now. Okay?
Yeah.
Right, I'll get the other chuck on, I'll bring it back. Right, okay guys, we are back. I've got it mounted in my shark jaws. Now, this is the next bit. This has got to fit on. So this is what I was saying. When John on the PROKRAFT done his, he recessed down here for this to sit in, and it went in. But this was up inside like that. I'm not, for me personally, I'm not keen on that. I want that to be flush with this, and then I'll do a little bit of hollowing on it. Or you could leave it flush there. It's up to you what you want to do. Right, so what I'm going to do is mark it up and take it down so it just a tiny little bit, so I can test it, and if it's right then I can push it on. Okay, I've set the calipers for it. So all I did was I've got those so they're slightly under. Okay, they're slightly under, so I'm not going to take too much off. First thing I've got to do, because I've still got this little bit here like I did with the other one, clean up that edge. For that we use the box hollower, is what I'm using.
Yeah.
Right, here we go. Not yet. Tiniest little bit. It's dead on my chuck size now as well, so I'm going to have to leave it at that. I'm going to be doing a bit of a rounding over anyway, so now I'm going to start to get this fitted on here. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to mark it first. Yep, that's perfect. That's just inside of what the caliper is. Okay, so that should be all right. That's just inside of it. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to use the square carbide. I'm above centre with it. I'm going to show you exactly how high. There's centre, and I'm that far above. Okay, and I'm just going to come in. Right, actually I've got to be careful there because that's just under. So I don't want to take too much. Right, let me see. Let me have a try. Let me see where I am. So I'm losing myself. I've got to go under it, haven't I? No, that's too much. I was under. I had to be over, didn't I?
Yeah.
Yeah, I had to be over. So that's all right.
Just take a layer.
That's going to be hollowed out anyway, so that bit doesn't matter.
Oh yeah.
Okay. That's why I've only gone. Look, I'm half a mil. Right, I know I've got to be a little bit bigger than what that is. So now I can start.
Yeah.
Right, that's okay. I've got to be a little bit bigger. I'll do another test. Now, the reason I'm going this way and not this way is because I will get a lot cleaner finish going onto the end grain than I will if I'm going across it there. Okay, with this method, using the square chisel. I'm going to come in and I'm going to stop a little bit short, like so. A little bit short and test it. This really is a testing test. Nope. And if you throw it on the floor, that'll clear any dust off of it. Right.
Oh, just tiny.
Little bit too big. It's better. Too big's better than too small.
Yep, I agree.
It literally is, guys. It's a gnat's hair at a time, you know. It's a breath. See, that's.
Mine is a bit more again.
That is so close. That first one wasn't really far off at all. It was pretty much there. And of course, it's easier to take a little bit off by pushing in this way than it is by going that way. Because I can see here. How much I'm taking. There. I know this isn't a lot. And it's one of those ones where you take that tiny little cut and it's too much. Right, that is still, it's getting to the point now where it's silly now. That's just being silly now. It's one of those ones where it suddenly goes and it takes too much wood off. You know what it's like?
Yeah.
A pain in the bum.
Oh my
Right, that is so close. So close. So what I've got to do, I've got to take it a little bit deeper so I can take that down. So I've got quite a bit to go this way. Because it's getting to a point where I can't really get that. I think that's going to be the fit. It's
that tight fit, isn't it?
It's a very tight fit, so that's not quite it. We're going again, but we're getting a nice clean finish around this bit, see, which is what I want. I don't want to tear it up going in the other way. That's like a sandpaper's amount, isn't it?
Yeah.
Right, now, what I'm going to do is measure this bit here to see how far in I want to go.
Yeah.
And I'm going to do that with my ruler here. Right, what have we got? Oh. Right, so we've got, what is that, 12 mil, 13 mil?
Yeah, something like that.
12, 30, about 30 mil. Won't go matter if I go slightly over, because I'm going to be turning that bit away in there. So I'm doing this by eye. Right, I can see that line, you probably won't.
No, we can.
I'm just going to brush that so it cleans that edge. Now the beauty of using this square carbide is as long as I do that, I know I've got a dead 90 degree. This is the only time consuming bit, is this bit. Right, okay. I've got a tiny little bit in that, but I can actually see it. I've got a tiny little bit, but I'm going to have to go a bit deeper as well. Not gone deep enough yet. Yeah. I can see, still see my mark on the outside. I'm being very stingy with my cuts. There we go. I reckon we might be there.
I think so.
Like I say, when you're doing this yourself, yeah, look at that.
Yeah.
It actually pushes off with a bit of suction fit. Now, I could go fresher. I'm not going to. That's got that lip there, which is nice. Okay, that's just that tiny lip. Now I can just hollow that little bit out a little bit, and then this will glue on, and that's it. And then I can turn the top of this over, and to do that I can turn that round and hold that and actually do the top, because it won't matter if I get a little chuck mark on that, because that's going to be glued on the top of it. Okay, that's what it is. That's the way it is. So now we're going to come down there, and we're going to do hollow this little bit out. Now we can use the box hollower. We can come in, we can come out, we can actually go in if we want to. We get a nice finish there. It is end grain, so it will take a cut coming out. I want that to sort of taper out there. Okay, but we can also use the SCH Imperfect on here. We can use our SCH chisel on centre, and this we can do a push as well. And it will give us a nice bevel control push cut. Okay, that's very nice. Now I don't want the lid to be too heavy, so I'm going to take a little bit more out of it. Okay, and this is the beauty with the SCH chisel. Got that little bit there, probably not quite right on my height. I'm actually a little bit, I'm very slightly high, so it makes it a bit more awkward for me to get rid of that dibble. There we go, look at that, see, told you what it was. Right, I can feel that's flat now. Then to come back and pick that cut up, like I always say, put the bevel on and run from the bevel. The bevel will control it. There's nothing to really take, see? If it's not picking up a cut, then there's nothing to take off. That is pucker. Well, it's not actually, it's Purdue. Right, I think that's going to be hollowed enough up inside for what I want. Do a little bit of a sanding on that.
Are you doing it as a sort of square lid, or are you going to round off the
Square lid? That's round.
No.
It's not square, this is round. Look.
No, I mean, look. So the top part of it.
Yeah, I'm going to dome the top. I'm going to dome it.
Yeah.
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 There we go, that's nice. That's all nice. Good. Yeah, that. Right. Let's have a look. Hang on. There. Come on. Look, I know you fitted because I bloody tried you.
There it is.
There you go. Right, that's it. That's what I wanted. So I wanted that little dome. Yeah?
Nice.
Like that, little dome into top. It's tight, nice fit. The wood moves, see?
Yeah.
Even this, it's moving all the time. Right now, I'm going to turn it round and I'm going to do the top. So, same jaws, just turn round, pop it in, nice and flush like that. Okay, and nip, that is it. We only need a nip. Don't over tighten it. Now, again, we are going to be using our box hollower, #1 box hollower. We want to be at my tool level. We want to be on centre, so I'll come up a fraction. There, we're on centre. You'll know if you're on centre. If you put it on centre and spin it, it'll stay there. If it's below centre, it will go that way. If it's above centre, it will go that way. Right. Let's start up. Now we'll get our lid done a bit. Let's speed this bit up a little bit. Well, not speed it up, speed it up as I turn a bit quicker. Right, should get a nice finish on that. Yeah. Right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick my cut up here and come across for this top. Right, okay, got a little dibble. Right, okay. Now I'm going to take a cut right from the outside so I lose that line. Obviously I've got to bring my tool rest round. Okay. I'm still going to do a little bit on this top here. And then I'm coming round and I'm going to go into a push cut. So I've got to raise my handle. Raise my handle up, keep the bevel in control. Don't let the cut come above centre of the cutter. Keep it going, raise the handle as you come to the middle, raise the handle, raise it, a little bit more, a little bit more, a little bit more, and off it goes. There we go. And that's how we get a nice smooth cut like that. Get rid of that down there. And that's the cut we just done off of a 9mm carbide. Okay, there was no stopping and sanding or anything like that shit that they all do. Try to make you think that they can just scrape round it and that's the finish they get. Yeah. That's the finish when you use your bevel. Okay, that little tiny bit of metal, that's what it does. Right, that is that. Now I've got to sand it a little bit, because although that looks like a beautiful polished finish, it's not. It's got to have a little bit of sanding. Now it goes beautiful. A little mark there. Look. Right, I'm not over worried about this side bit because I'm going to be doing a very slight shear cut across that when we got it together. Right, there we go. That is that. Before I take that off, I'm going to turn that noisy thing off. There we go, that's the finish, guys. Look at that. With carbide. Now remember, that's not possible to do with carbide. Okay, this is all an illusion. It's an illusion. Carbide can't give you as good a finish, yeah. Right, okay. That's a little bit of a clean up. That red dust goes everywhere, doesn't it, eh? God, if you just spill a glass of water on it, they'd think you bloody killed someone, wouldn't they? Right, okay. Look at that. Look at that finish. Oh my God. Oh my good God. Look at that. You know, there's a place in Mauritius, and it's got red earth like this, and it's called Red Earth, the area. All right. Yeah. Look at that. Look at that finish. That's a cut. That you saw that 9mm carbide. Yeah. Okay. Impossible to do. Right, okay, so now what I'm going to do is tighten that little bugger up, not too much because it won't fit on my fitting system. Your bolt. Excuse me. That is a very technical bolt, that. Right, and that fits bang on there. Right, now
what?
here's one I prepared earlier, Blue Peter.
You get your little badge off.
I'm going to pop that on, and we've got this one, which that's tightened up as well, which is all good. So now what I'm going to do, take my face shield off for a minute. What I'm going to do, so I'm going to take this out. He says, see what I mean now, don't make things too tight because wood moves. This is why I would recommend when you're doing this, one of these, you do it out of end grain turning, so grain coming this way. If you do it out of side grain, it's going to move. Okay, now this won't give because obviously it's metal, and what's going to happen is your wood's going to crack. You'll make it up and your wood will crack. Simple as that.
So end grain is best.
You would, I would epoxy this in with some of that epoxy glue. Epoxy stuff.
Epoxy,
right. I'm going to use some super glue. Right, some CA or super glue, whatever. High velocity super glue for men only.
Supposedly.
Unclog the top. There we go. Right, now I'm going to do this because of speed, basically. I haven't got to wait around for epoxy to dry. And not only that, chances are I won't keep this pot and I will take it apart and use the bit for another one. Or something.
Yeah.
So, this is just for
this video
demonstration purposes. Okay. Now, what I am going to do is with the sandpaper, I am literally just going to come around here like this. Not sanding it down, I'm just keying the surface, okay? Taking that little bit of shine off. A lot of time your glue will foul because you've got that shiny surface, okay? You just want a few scratches in it. Gives it a little bit of a key, if you like. Right, now I'm going to actually put the glue onto the ring. Like so. Actually, this super glue, I've used this on loads of stuff, but the other ring ones, and it doesn't actually come apart. I've used epoxy, and the epoxy has actually come apart at a later date when the wood's moved. It's come apart, and you think, "Oh, blimey, governor, what's happening there?" Right, there you go. Don't get it on your fingers, because you end up gluing your fingers to the pot. There we go. Bosh. Have some of that.
Have some of that, governor.
You old mucker. Right. That is on there. And what I'm going to do now, I know this takes a bit of time with the video and stuff, but it's just so you can see everything I'm doing. Okay. Now I've got no centre or nothing of that in here. I'm just going to move this up like that, and bosh. Put a bit of pressure on it. Under pressure. Doobie doobie doo. Under pressure. Right, nothing to do. Don't start your lathe up because that would be a very silly thing to do, wouldn't it? Don't be a knob.
Yeah.
Now
That goes on nice.
I'm
just gonna glue that up.
I'm not gluing this one on yet. And there's a reason for that. Look at that. Doesn't it look nice like that? Doesn't that look lovely?
Yeah.
It looks beautiful. I should do this for a living. I really should. Right, okay. How you doing? Set. I'm stuck on you, goes ooh. I'm stuck on you. Hot in the kitchen, hot in the hole. Ain't gonna do you no good at all. Cause once I get you in the kissing starts, I tell you no wild horses couldn't tear us apart.
There he goes.
Right, a little bit of How's Your Father. It's not bothered the Paduke, so it's quite good with Paduke. It doesn't bother it. Accelerator. Full throttle. There you go. Done. That got that out of the way. Right, now what I'm going to do, and the reason I'm doing it, screw that in. Right, now these are, I can't remember what he said, but what it means is no matter where you start the thread, they always lock down to the same place. So some threads, if you start it slightly differently, it can lock down differently, something like that. Oh,
so
seems a load of
the
bullshit.
grain aligns
Seems a load
differently.
of bollocks to me, but anyway, these start, so wherever you put that, when it locks down, it will always lock in the same place every time. So if we do that, now I put this in.
Yeah.
Look, that's how good the fit is. Look at that.
Look at
That's
that.
suction, that is.
Yeah.
That's that's got suction. Look. That's got so you find a woman like that, marry her. Right, now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna turn it right there. Where? There on the stair,
Yeah.
right there, a little mouse with clogs. Right, okay, I've got a line, see,
That's
going
it.
down there. See
Yeah.
that line?
Yeah.
Right, so now what I'm going to do
And then mark it.
is with a little marker pen, because remember we're cleaning this up. Right where that line is, I'm going to put a little dot just there on that silver.
On the silver.
Okay, that's a good fit. Look at that. Push it on, just a bit of suction in there. Right, okay, so now I can pop that out and turn that off. Where was it?
Find your line.
Yeah, I've got my line there, and I line that up to that,
You can glue
and
it
that now I can glue on here. And for this one I'm going to put the glue on the wood, but before we do that, don't forget
in. To score
just
it a
to
bit.
slightly key
Yeah.
the surface,
That's it.
because it's very, very shiny and slippery, and we want a little bit of a, that's it, don't go mad, don't ruin it, just, that's it, that's all it is. I've not put no finish on this yet, no, I know that, don't start, I don't want no finish on it yet. Right, a few dots of the old super duper glue. Oh, something I only just found out is Turner's Retreat have closed their
Yeah.
shop.
And they've gone online only.
They're online only now.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. I mean, I don't go there very often because I found them very expensive.
Yeah.
But a bit overpriced, really. Probably the reason why they're bloody closed, isn't it?
Probably.
That's telling them something. That is. But I normally always shop online. I'll be quite honest. I don't go. Right, okay, there we go. Give it a wiggle it just a little bit, and then get it
Line it up.
right on my mark. There we go. Hold it for a second. Now, because that is slightly over there, I can put it there and I can just rest on it for a minute. Bing! Third floor. Ladies' underwear.
Lingerie.
That's the one I always hear.
You'll do, yeah.
I don't
You
know
just
the
go-
others. I
you
always
just
get
go
off
to
there.
that floor.
I always get off on that floor. I don't know the other floors. Sure, they do other stuff. Right, okay. I think that hasn't set yet. Shut up. Hasn't set yet. Right,
Is
we'll
it
give
still
it
in
a,
line, yeah?
yeah, it's all still in line. We'll give that a mow.
Joe?
Half a mow. Right, and then what I'm going to do when I put it together, see, I'm going to put it on, and then I'm going to bring the towel. I don't know whether I'm going to bring the towel stock up or not. I might bring the towel stock up, put a bit of tissue there so it won't mark it. Just so what I want to do is I'm going to take a very nicely light skim cut across the whole thing, and that will also take that
Including the
slight.
middle.
It's, if you look across it is a very, very slight lip,
Tiny
minute,
over- yeah.
tiny. Right, I think that has done it. It's like once it goes off, it's off. If you know what I mean. Right, now let's have a look. Right, so actually I'm gonna move it. There it is. There's the thing there. So let's see. Oh, look at that. That's tight.
Bang on.
Tight. I'm not over tightening at the moment because obviously I don't want. If this hasn't actually glued up perfect yet, I don't want to. But there, that's how we'll match that line. So if you want to match grain up, that's the way to do it. Put it on, little thing, doobly-doo, like that, like I did. Little what's it, with a
little dot.
Marking implement. And then that's it. Right, okay, so now I'm going to use my little cone centre here. This one. Okay, and I'm actually going to put a nice little wad of tissue on that, so it's not going to mark this at all. It's not there to stop this flying. This is not going to fly off. What it's to do is that when I come across here, it's
not going to spin.
Well, it won't knock that anyway, because if anything, if it will tighten, but it's just in case that hasn't set, and I don't want the lid to come off, so I'm putting it there. It's just something I want to do. All right, I want to do it. I want to do it. Don't start on me. I want to do it.
Just do it.
There. A nice thick wad like that. Pop that up. That's going to make a hell of a noise when it goes round, but we know what it is, don't we?
Yeah.
Oh, it might make that noise and all. Brrr.
Yeah, that was.
Brrr. Right. It's not over tight. Okay. I can loosen it off. I can tighten. It's there. It's just. Oh, it wasn't that. It was that up there. It was you moving the camera.
Because I'm moving the camera.
I thought that was making a noise, and it wasn't even that.
It's no me.
You fooled me.
It was me.
Oh, that was me.
Oh, yeah.
Right. Okay. Okay. So, oh, you bugger. Right. Sorry, I need a little bit more towel stock space. Towel stock. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was right.
Yeah.
I've got it right. I'm learning what these things are.
God,
right. There we go, guys. That's it.
They
That's
might say you're a professional one day.
One day, might do. You never know. Might get a badge. You never know.
Then you'll really be a professional.
Okay. Let's
Here we go.
get busy with it. Right, so I'm going to turn it on.
Chuck-a-doodle.
Right, that's going to make that little. Don't worry about it. Now. Going to go this way. A little bit more on the metal. Now remember with this is a bevel control cut. Do not scrape this, it won't appreciate it. That means the bevel's in contact, and I'm cutting with a cutting edge that is straight up, which will give me this beautiful, beautiful finish. Yeah, that's nice. I ain't got to do no more. That is absolutely pucker. Right. Take that away. Then what I'm going to do, because I've got such a beautiful finish on there, I'm going to be starting, what am I starting with? A little bit of 320 grit. Okay, that's a 320. That's the stuff. Very important. And then I've got a 400 grit. got a 600 grit. Now what I've got to watch there, I don't want the black on that, because it's like an alloy, so it could go black. I don't want that. Right, that feels alright actually. So, now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to take that away. Undoing slightly. That's all alright. Yep, that's good. Right. After that, and that is going to have a little bit of oil on this. I don't know what oil. That's a hard wax oil. I think I might just put a bit of a food safe oil on it actually. I'm out of my other oil, see? I'm not putting a wax on because, as I said, if I put a wax on it, it's going to get in the pores of the wood, and that's not going to be nice because it's a very porous wood. So a little bit of oil. With my lathe still spinning, I like to do it while it's spinning. Alright, there we go. This is just a food safe oil.
That's how rich it looks, isn't it?
That's all I'm doing. And I'm going to leave it and just lightly buff it like this. Now, as I said, this is just for immediate finish. So you can see it. Obviously, you would have to let it dry, buff it a bit more, do a bit more, do a bit more. But there you go. We've got a beautiful finish on that, and we've got a nice, like that. I make those sounds.
And the green pattern lines up nicely.
Right. Let me take this out, because now we've got to finish the bottom off. Right, and this is where the beauty of having this all flush in here, because I don't know yet. I'm saying that, but I don't know. Yeah, that's going the right way. Because what I'm hoping, I'm not going to do it with these. Well, I could actually maybe use these gripper jaws. I don't really know. If they come to a full circle, you're right. Because see, we've got threads.
Yeah.
If I actually do that, no, I'm threads actually. Right, it shouldn't bother the threads. Look at that. Mm. That won't bother the threads because it's threads in threads. Okay. That's the beauty of having those gripper jaws. Now I can take this bottom off. Right. I am going to put the centre up to start off with, so I can just get rid of this main amount of wood. I'm not putting no real pressure on. It's just there to help save me doing anything silly. Right. Okay. Let's get this bottom turned off and get this done. Right, as we're back into spindle mode, we go above centre. Okay, dead on centre for hollowing, above centre for the finishing. And again, this now is our end grain. So we want to cut into the end grain, right? Or simple way, get our square chisel. We're above centre, and we do a peeling cut on it. Now, there, look, bevel. Okay, that's the peeling cut. As you go in, just follow it over. Because we've got such a short bevel, the bevel, not the bar, the bevel of the car, stays in contact for the whole cut. Gives you a nice peeling cut. You see? Now when people do that with a skew chisel, like this beading parting tool one, and they come into the beading cut, it's like because you start up here and you come in, but as you come in and you start to go over, you can never maintain this whole bevel, so you end up going on the tip and then you're actually scraping, not cutting. So if you want to actually do a proper peeling cut, get yourself a square carbide chisel. It will change your life. Right, stays in touch the whole way. Now I did taper that slightly in and I want that. And now you've got to come in like this and get this. Might as well do it all while I've got the centre in, mightn't I? Yeah. There we go, look at that. Right, that's all we want to do with that one. Now, we're taking this away. We don't want this. I'm going to take that out because we don't want to stab our elbow or anything. Move that back, thank you, Lisa. Right, remember, tool rest across the side. And now we want to take this away by pushing in. I don't think it would go anywhere, but remember I only super glued that in, and although that won't come off, I'm not saying that the pot couldn't come off of the super glue. Right now, because we're going to get to be doing a finish cut, I've got to bring the tool rest down because I've got to be back onto centre, see, and I'm going to start this cut here just like so, get that started in. Because that's what I want it sitting on. Now we'll get rid of this. Slicing in like so. And now we're going to take some finished cuts of this way. Remember, we've got end grain here, so we're going to get rid of that bit. Nice gentle cuts, right, okay. You can see the front. Right, now we're going to take a cut from the edge and we're going to go straight across. So we're going to come from here. We're going to get a bevel control cut. Right, I've got to come back and start just here again. I heard it vibrate a little bit as I come on. And do you know why it vibrated? Do you know why it vibrated?
No.
It vibrated because as I started to cut and I come to here, I had my hand on the tool rest. As I move my hand away, no vibration. Right, hand off the tool rest. You do not need your hand on the tool rest to turn. Right, okay, a quick little clean up on this bottom. I'm leaving that edge. I would normally chamfer an edge. In fact, I think I might, because the one thing with a chamfered edge, I like it because it causes like a, what I say, like a shadow at the bottom of the pot. Oh, handle's in one place. There we go. Right, handle right down. There, just that little tiny bit like that. It's not a lot, but it makes it. It's all the little things that matter, isn't it? It's like Lisa. She's only little, but she matters. That's literally all that needs, guys. I'm going to just do a quick. That's a 180 grit. I'm jumping straight to 320. Right. 400. And That's it. There we go. That is that. What's that? About 20 minutes. What? To do that bottom bit. Well, you know, you explain things and a little bit of trial and error, and we've had a little bit of a laugh as well, and a little bit of fun, haven't we?
Yeah.
A little bit of fun.
It's not boring.
Yeah, we can, you know. What else you got to do on a Sunday?
Exactly.
Just watch me. Be me. Right, okay guys.
That's it.
That is the end of the show. There we go. Now, I suppose the important thing, did we muck the threads up?
Look at that, I was all the way over here. Look at my mask, is all full of the red dust.
Yeah. There we go guys, look. That's Lisa's filters, look.
Full of it.
Full up with that red dust. And she's standing over that side. That's why she's never in here. When I'm turning, she's always got this on.
Yeah.
It is nothing to do with the fact that she thinks I'm going to knock something off and it's going to hit her.
Nah. I know it's
right,
safe.
and mine, look.
Yeah.
Look at all that dust. Alright? Now you want to breathe that in? Well, you go ahead. Right, now, did we muck the threads up? I don't think we did.
No. Right.
I don't think so. Right, I've got to take this off first, 'cause OCD, you know, all that sort of crap. There we go.
Everything's going to need a good duster.
It's going to need a good duster. You're going to be busy, darling.
No, you know I'm no good at dusting.
Right, okay. So, there. No threads were harmed in the making of this piece. Look at that.
Yeah.
Spins round, locks up. Where's our? Where are we? There. Yes, it tightens up and it matches up. Look.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've got our grain to match with a nice little nip, and there we go. Now that's. I wanted to do mine. Nothing wrong with the one. Say John done on PROKRAFT, and I think they're absolutely fantastic. Yeah, but that I wanted. I don't want to hide it.
No.
I think with this wood, like the Padauk, which goes a bit darker than the orange when we started, I think with the Padauk it really looks nice. And when I open it, see, I like that for the inside of the lid. It gives me something there.
Yep.
Didn't put no finish on that. I meant I've got to finish that really, but anyway, never mind. And all we've done is a sanding sealer finish inside. Don't need to put a finish inside. It's going to have stuff in it, you know. I don't know what, but and I wanted that. I didn't want that lip here, so that's why I had that little reset. It's only thin, but it makes a difference. The threads I want there. That's fine, but I didn't want to have
the lip. Anything goes
lip.
under. Yeah, I mean, if it was to be used as, like you said, like an urn. You know, like an urn fitting.
You want bits of whoever's in it to get stuck under the rim, I suppose. Alright, I'm sorry guys.
No.
I can't help it.
No,
it's just my, you know. It's just my way, you know. Yeah. There you go. Right, anyway, there we go guys. I actually quite like that. It's still got, when I'm touching it, the oil's coming, it's like wet, but it's the oil will dry in it. Have a few more coats, a few more puffs. But one of the most important things with that is that whole thing's been turned with carbide, a square carbide and a round carbide. Okay, and that's done. All that inside, right? Yes, you could do a little bit more sanding. Yeah, but that's got us at that fitted rim there outside. You saw how little sanding we done on it. I love those. You saw how little sanding we done on the outside. Look, okay, Padauk. If you'd scraped that, you would have torn that grain. Yeah, and I oiled it because, like I said, it has these like little holes in the. But that looks beautiful. I said I probably wouldn't keep this, and I'll take it apart. So I
bet you will.
I think I will.
It's a nice little.
At least
one,
can have that. Put her teeth in overnight. And she gets a bit older. You keep your dentures overnight. There you go. Yeah, but that's all right, isn't it? There.
Yeah.
So there we go. Right, PROKRAFT, £6.50, absolutely fantastic. And I think, yeah, they're very nice. And I've got another one to do, which I might do with that, the burn. I might hide the next one. I don't know. I say hide
Do
it.
different ways.
To be honest, I don't think I would ever hide
it's nice, isn't it? It gives a nice
the metal. I really like that.
showing.
I really like it.
Yeah.
I really like that fact of it showing. I do like that. For me, personally. I don't want to hide it.
No.
So, wood... Thing is, when you hide, wood always move. You end up, you've got to put a bead or something there because wood moves. And what's going to happen if you do it, the wood's going to move, and you're going to have a little gap somewhere around it. So that's why I think that with the metal is nice. And as I said, I would make it, if I was you, out of end grain, not side grain. If you do side grain, it will probably crack, it will split. This Paduk hasn't cracked in over 25 years or whatever, so I don't think that's going to bother to crack, so that's going to be nice. And there you go. And I just love that it comes on, it starts then. There you go. Beautiful. And we matched the grain up, and I showed you how to do that. So there you go, guys. Right, to the pip. I'll see you on the next one. Have fun, guys.
Bye, guys.